understand what you consult your customers to implement through technology in order to apply the GRC strategies that they have designed.
I think we've had some very insightful sessions all throughout on GRC, technology, AI. I'll go a little pragmatic to what it means to end user, what it means to an organization, what it means to a country. There are three broader aspects that I probably should talk about. First is invest in AI. And first of all, congratulations to UAE. The day before, I think, they announced $13 billion to be invested when the entire government of Abu Dhabi is going to go AI. The government will run on AI. That's huge. That's remarkable and tremendous. Amazing, investments and foresight, futuristic, a government that's leading the way into it. Of course, the private sector is going to catch up. While we say private sector is always ahead, but out here we see public sector and we have panelists from a public sector.
Collaboration.
Yeah, combination of it. Now, while there's a mandate from top down with investments, how does it actually work? Is it so easy? Everybody's going to do it. Is it easy, difficult? Let's take a use case. Let's talk about organizations are finding it very difficult to find a real use case, because if you talk about an AI foundation model, it's all on the cloud, it's all to the public. How do you keep it sensitive where the data doesn't go out, where you're able to harness the power of data or a model? When it started, the whole foundation models came out. The model came up with 5 billion parameters, 7 billion parameters. Now it's 20, 30, 50 billion parameters of data. Now what that means is, does the data or the parameters apply to you as an organization? And let's take into the context of GRC. Out in the UAE, there's Falcon 3, a localized foundation model. How would the model work and generate a policy for you as an organization? Within the policy, how does it map to your own internal procedures and internal controls? How then does it going forward map against all your risk elements to doing that? So that's the second element of it. Now, we're working on few use cases with some large customers, and that use case involves an AI integrated with the risk management framework, where we go into the risk registers and do an inherent risk modeling. The entire model will learn from your inherent risk which is existing inside the organization. It then also maps the external threat intelligence, which is all the data coming from outside the world, which is the cyber attacks, the web, the media, the environmental, the climate changes, and all around it, which is the primary and the secondary risk combination. And that gives a leverage to having a realistic predictive risk model. How much of that is accurate? Maybe better than a human being for sure, because the amount of data that it synthesizes and goes through is beyond the imagination of a human power or intelligence of a person. That's the second element of it. Finally, where it is lacking, and that's a challenge to the entire industry and of course to people out here as well, which is the data real? How the data which is sitting in the silos within the organization, you have risk department, you have compliance departments. Risk is huge. We're talking about operational risk, the entire risk identification, risk assessment, risk mitigation, changing policy, changing regulation. We talk about compliances. Every day there's new thing coming up. The regulators are learning along with the business. So everybody's evolving. There's no one person who could say, or no one organization or a service provider will say, I mastered the GRC. We know it all. Everybody's going through a tremendous learning cycle. And that learning cycle, kind of brings us all together to see how we can harness the power of an AI, which can help us all leverage the intelligence that is in there and assimilates the data into giving a very fruitful outcome to everybody out there. So a localized large language model, I think, is going to be key in terms of a very realistic use case. Has that been in the play? No, everybody's talking about AI, but where is the real use case of an AI? And we heard it in Riyadh, we're hearing it from here in the last 2 days. Few good use cases are a way forward in terms of how customers are looking to it. While not just us, I think I'm sure a lot of other service providers are working on those use cases. Pick simple, smaller use case, whether it's an automated AI generation policy creation, and how do the policy links with the standard or a regulatory affairs, how does it continues to give a feed or gap assessment to what your regulation says versus what your policy? Again, link them with the internal controls, link them with your procedures, and all of this puts together gives you an outcome.
I will reverse the flow, okay? The first and most important thing is to invest. Should we invest in AI? Should we invest in technology?
Companies won't survive without investing. If there's no investment in AI, I think that's the only way to move forward.
If we invest in technology, then we have to adopt the strategies based on priorities. So I would like to ask you, gentlemen, think, what is your top priority? One, the first one. What comes in your mind every morning you go to the office? This is what I'm going to implement. I will start with Mohana.
I think the most important priority is to have quality data. I think the challenge that we've had over the years is coming, again, I use the word inflection point now, because AI needs quality data. If you put garbage in, it's going to come out garbage out. This used to be the principle earlier, but now the urgency is there. Otherwise, you're just going to be hallucinating, and you're going to have somebody else hallucinating for you also. So my priority now is to have quality, clean data to the maximum extent possible. We will not reach 100%.
That's number one. Okay. Khurram.
For me, it's always people. You have to invest in your people. Technology will fail you. The right people will never fail you. And if you have the best technology, the right people will never fail you.
Thank you. Ricardo.
I'll give you 3 quick ones. Alignment with strategy. We have done a lot, but we need to continue improving our alignment